All right, y'all. My son then caught the vid, so I've been off the grid for a while, but I'm back, and we here to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion part 3. So we just gonna go right into it, shall we? All right, y'all. So the reunion starts out with Tisha basically belly aching and talking about her raggedy ass marriage that don't nobody care about, saying put some respect on her 15-year marriage of foolishness, okay? Because it seemed like he thinks about getting out of the marriage every 15 seconds of the 15 years that they've been together. So Tisha, I don't know if you want to be on national TV, putting respect on some foolishness, but hey, girl, whatever float your damn boat, set yourself off, okay? So moving right along, Lewis and Marceau are still going back and forth over a little bitch fest, where Lewis is basically telling Marceau that he doesn't listen to his wife, in so many words. He don't listen. So of course he's not going to acknowledge what's going on, and he's going to see something wrong with them giving them advice, because Tisha has this issue with saying that everybody want to come in and give them advice. Well, because y'all motherfuckers need it the most. How about that? Y'all need the most advice. So everybody coming in and they can sense it right away. And I don't agree with Marceau saying that because they've only been married for a year and then one was married for 5 years or whatever, that they're not in tune enough to give them advice. Listen, a blind man could give y'all some advice that you could use, because y'all relationship is going nowhere fast. And if y'all the only two that don't see it, then fuck it. Who cares? So anyway, moving right along. Marceau, then they move on to Marceau and Maurice chatting in the dressing room as the guys leave the stage, and now the ladies are just on the stage. And Marceau and Maurice chat briefly, saying, Dad, I'm not gonna. You guys have skeletons in your own closet that you're not coming out with, and basically just telling Maurice how he doesn't appreciate Tiffany and Lewis talking about his marriage and how they don't really talk about their own stuff. So they're coming on guns blazing, talking about everybody else when they have their own shit to discuss, which I agree with that with Marceau to an extent, because I feel like Tiffany and Lewis, we still don't know anything about them. And I feel like everything about their interaction on TV was very contrived. And maybe it's because they've never been on TV before or whatever the case may be. But I feel like they were about nothing. Like, we don't know anything about them. You was faking, talking about if you took a shot, y'all would have been fighting. And Tiffany ain't really say shit about herself, even though I don't agree with Tisha saying we don't know anything about you and just kind of basically making it seem like tell us all the dirt that's going on in your life. But I really think that, nobody knows anything about those two without having to ask. So on shows like this, you have to offer up information, or you're going to offer yourself entry out of the exit, okay? Which I don't know if they're going to be on the show next season, but much like them and Destiny, y'all better pep up the step in your game or else. But anyway, all the ladies are on the stage and they recap Tiffany and Destiny's issues, and Destiny basically says Tiffany is messy. She is, whatever. So that ain't really much to really go into and talk about, because I feel like with Destiny, everything is a grudge, everything is petty. She wants to just argue over shit, and I can see why her marriage probably ended, because she don't really know, she don't know how to tussle with people with grace. She want to go, even though it's something about Destiny, I like her, but I feel like she's very petty. You want to argue over stupid shit. And much like men, women don't have time for that. State your piece, say what you have to say. Don't cut me off. Listen to what I have to say. Take it in or not, or leave me the fuck alone. Like, it is what it is. Destiny, you're petty. You and your BDE, big dick energy, it's going to leave you playing with your dick by yourself, because nobody wants to deal with you. It's giving too much and dead and done. Okay? Moving right along. Then they talk about Mel and Destiny, and basically Tiffany being a byproduct of Destiny, because Tiffany brought up the whole issue with how she saw, basically Tiffany and Destiny's relationship started off rocky because of the way she brought up how they met each other. And Destiny didn't like that Mel didn't really defend her in that situation. And here's my thing. Honestly, I feel like Mel was leaving it for you to have something to talk about on the damn show, because if it wasn't for the little tussle that you had back and forth with Tiffany, you really wouldn't have had anything to talk about on the show, and you really should be fired, honestly. Like, no bullshit. I don't want to take food off of anybody's table, but Destiny, we don't know anything. We still don't know anything about you. We just know that you are argumentative and nobody gives a shit. Like, you just getting in the middle of shit that have nothing to do with you. And that's not going to secure you a space on a show, because reality TV is about your real life. And if we don't know anything about your real life, then what are you really doing here? And that's that on that. So anyway, they go back about Mel. They talk about Mel and Destiny's relationship, and Destiny saying, well, I don't know where it's at because I haven't talked to Mel. I don't like those types of friends. I'm that friend where I have shit to do. I have a husband and a child. I have a business and a full-time job. I don't have time to be talking to you on the phone every day. I have shit to do. Okay. And with Destiny, I get it. If that's what you were used to with y'all talking on the phone every day, cool. I have no gripe with you with that. However, Mel has said it before that after they wrap for the show, she goes into seclusion. And if that's your homegirl, your ride or die, that's your girl, you should know that that's what she does and don't take it personal. Okay. So I feel like with Destiny, since everything is a damn tussle and a hustle and an argument, that's just another thing for her to be pissed over. So I just feel like, whatever. Mel, do you, girl. You've told her that that's why you wanted to take a break. If she can't understand it, then that ain't the relationship that she thought it was. Okay. So Destiny, find a dildo or a man or something. I mean, you can't anybody that's this grown, because y'all are grown, and you talking to your homegirl every day and expecting that to continuously happen. I really need you to reevaluate and assess what the hell you doing and how you spending your time, because you shouldn't really have no damn time to be talking to Mel all day. I'm just saying, but that's just my opinion, and no opinions like assholes, and everybody got one. So moving right along. Then they go into Tisha kind of chiming in with her damn highlighter dress on, looking a damn hot ass mess. She looks, child, I don't know what the fuck she's wearing, but I'm gonna need her to never ever. She looks like the shiniest orange disco ball in the room. She need to never wear that dress again. She need to hang it up and never ever put it on again, because it looked a hot ass mess. But anyway, she chimes in the conversation and says she needs Tisha says when Mel needs you, y'all are cool, but when she gets it together, she's done with you and she's all of a sudden busy. First of all, Tisha, Mel don't fucking need you. What does she need you for? To talk shit? Because that's all you and your mama do. And none of it has any relevance. I would we're going to get into this, but much like Kimmi, I wouldn't be your friend either, because I don't want to argue with children. I have a 5-year-old son that we have meaningless conversations sometimes, but I understand. He's 5. You're fucking 40. We can't do this. You and I are not the same. I can't do you, and clearly you don't want to do me because I'm more mature. So, and that's how I feel. I feel that's the way Mel is. Mel is just like, why are you even talking to me? And what the fuck are you talking about? Mel needs you. Mel don't need none of y'all motherfuckers. Because if it wasn't for her, truth be told, quiet as it's kept, none of y'all bitches would be on this show. Let's be very clear. Okay? You and your highlighter dress would be chilling in the house with them children, still complaining to Marcel that all you do is all you are is a homemaker all day. And really, if we look at season 1, you were copying the fuck out of Mel. Logo, doing a podcast, all that. It's like she got to set the foundation for you to grow the fuck up. So it's like you watch everything Mel does so you can copy her. So what she needs you for? Exactly. I think you need her so you can continue to copy the fuck out of her. So anyway, Tisha, go on, girl, because you make my brain hurt and I can't. So moving right along, Mel basically says she pulled back when she's what am I saying here? Because none of this makes sense, just like Tisha. Mel says she pulled back when she was having problems with Martell. And Tisha says Mel doesn't know how to be a friend, and if she wants to come for her, then let's go. Tisha, let's be very clear. You don't want to go back and forth with Mel, okay? Because Mel seems like she's a word sorceress, okay? And your feelings get hurt and you want to cry and run in the closet and play woe is me. Nobody got time for that. So you want to act real gangster because since you came from the other side of the track, like your own husband said, and you want to act like somebody's supposed to be scared of you. Girl, you is not the big bad bear, okay? Going on, Tisha. I'm done with you. I don't even have time for this. Like, Mel, if I was Mel, I wouldn't be your fucking friend either because I would just be like, what? I don't have time for this immature bitch. Because you are very immature. For you to have 50 degrees, you are the dumbest woman I ever seen in my life. Honestly, you are very dumb and childish. Maybe you need to go get a degree on common sense. Because that's one that you need to go and you need to do exceptional things in. You need to be in the front of the class. That's what you need to do. Because that you have none of. I'm so sorry. You need to walk across the stage for that. Do that. So anyway, then they discussed Tisha and Kimmi's issues, which Kimmi, you deserve a round of applause for dealing with this bitch. Because I don't give a fuck if you are my sister-in-law or not. We are not the same. We would not be talking and we would not be friends. Listen, there's people in my family I don't talk to. And just because we got the same last name, don't fucking mean that we gonna be cool. Sometimes it's just people that you grow apart from. Sometimes it's just people that you realize, you're really not my cup of tea. I'm not really trying to be around you. You're not my kind of chick, okay? And that's okay. Some people realize these things as relationships go along. They realize, you know what? Honestly, I'm not even really about what you about. And we just gonna keep it cordial and we gonna keep it cute, and I'm gonna respect you when we're around each other. And that's that on that. We don't have to have a close relationship. And I'm speaking from experience. Maybe the other person doesn't know that this is how I feel, but they will never know because I know how to keep it classy and respectful. And I feel like that's what Kimmi tries to do with Tisha. Okay. So they just, as they're discussing it, Kimmi recaps when she did have Tisha's back because Tisha always want to keep talking about how Kimmi never had her back. Tisha, the problem is you dealing with a grown ass woman with Kimmi. Okay. And Kimmi got balls and she know how to drop them motherfuckers. And she know how to drop them where it makes sense. Okay. And she can speak very clearly on how she feels and what's going on. You and your mama like the hip hop and flippity flop all around what's really going on. You want to act like you know some shit. You want to use social media as a reference. You and your mama are immature. I don't know if the hairspray is getting to y'all brains, but you need to lay off that stuff. It's becoming crack and it's clouding your vision because you never know what the fuck you talking about. You're always insinuating some shit. Well, Kimmi, you never have my back. Okay, when did I not have your back, Tisha? When? You never can give an example. So when you say, I'm always there for you, Tisha says she's always there for Kimmi. Kimmi says, give me an example. And you want to bring up a fucking bridal shower. Bitch, that don't mean you was there for nobody. Anybody can pay for it. I can pay for a fucking bridal shower. That don't mean I fucking like you. Or did I ever had your back? Let's be very clear. You don't have any examples of having her back. Why? Because you never fucking did. Boom. And that's that on that. Okay? So Carlos asked, would they be friends if they weren't family? And Kimmi said no, because she can't handle Tisha's energy. And she doesn't like that type of energy. Let me sip my pink panties, y'all. This is from my girl, Toya. If you're in the DMV area, she delivers. She's a mobile bartender. And I need this for this review because this show had my nerves too bad, okay? So anyway, I agree with Kimmi. I would not be friends with Tisha either because immature bitches like her, I couldn't be around because I would want to slap the shit out of them. And if I want to slap the shit out of my friends, we don't need to be friends. Mm-mm. Tisha is too stupid to be around people that got sense. Because Tisha, the problem with her is she wants somebody to kiss her fucking ass. She wants people to think that she's right all the time when she's wrong 90% of the time. She has no she has nothing behind the things that she says. She just say shit and don't have a reason for it and then run away and expect people to understand what the fuck she's talking about. Kimmi speaks in facts. And that's why they are not the same. Kimmi is a grown ass woman, and Kimmi don't have time for the foolishness that Tisha brings to the table. And y'all having the same last name doesn't make y'all cool. And I can relate. And that's that on that. So moving right along. Now Tisha and Mel go back and forth for some reason. And Mel gets out of, she end up having to get up out of her seat, child, okay, to make sure that Tisha understands. Because Tisha, it says something like, well, I don't really care about you. Basically saying she's more in tune with talking about what's going on with her and Kimmi because she's interested in repairing what's going on with Kimmi. Because, of course, Tisha throws a little tantrum when Kimmi said that they wouldn't be friends and says, okay, well, we don't have to be friends. We can just be family. We can just be family. You said you don't want to be my friend, so whatever. I'm like, Tisha, get off the damn swing on the playground. Grow up. Shut the fuck up. If she didn't know you and y'all weren't family, she wouldn't be your friend. That's just being honest. I'd rather have a bitch around me that's going to be honest than somebody that's going to blow smoke up my ass and bullshit me. But again, that's what you like. You and your mama. You like people to bullshit you, and your mama want to play gangster when somebody gonna whoop her old ass. So she better stop offering herself up to people, because do she realize that she's old? Yeah. I'm gonna need y'all to stop, because being ghetto is just not it. It's just really not. So moving right along with the Mel and Tisha thing, they kind of go back and forth, and Mel reiterates, I wasn't talking about you and your, with the cheating allegations and talking about you. She was basically insinuating that she was talking about Marceau with a lot of the things that she was saying. But what Mel doesn't understand, when you're talking about Marceau, that directly is like you're talking about Tisha too, because that's her husband. So there's some behind the scenes stuff going on with that, where it's honestly, in my opinion, I don't know this to be true. I feel like Mel wanted Tisha to see the forest for the trees, and Tisha want to stay in the shade. Okay, so I think Tisha knows some stuff about Marceau and his rendezvous or whatever, but she is so into this family image that she has, and it's better to stay than to stray. It's better to let him stray and for you to stay, instead of dealing with how you can move on. And that's that. So Mel, let Tisha be oblivious and be stupid, and y'all don't even have to revisit these things. But Tisha, stop talking shit about Mel, because you are jealous of her and you want to wear her. That's how much you want to be like her, because you wish you had enough courage to stand up to Marceau and put him in his place about his bullshit, because him and his brother Maurice be talking a whole bunch of bullshit and a whole bunch of nothing, and both of them talking in riddles like the fucking Joker, okay? And you can be the Riddler all you want, but leave that motherfucker on Batman, because neither one of y'all make no damn sense, okay? So anyway, Miss Wanda and Van come out and they recap all the things about these old bras going back and forth. And Miss Wanda makes a comment about, well, Mel shouldn't listen to you. Bitch, that's her fucking mother. Are you kidding me? Nobody want to listen to you. You just, and like Miss Van said, you just say shit to hear yourself talking. Because honestly, I don't believe that Wanda thinks any of that shit she say makes any sense. She just say shit for shock value, and none of it sound good to her and her only. Because she is dumber than a box of rocks, just like her damn daughter. Okay, I see what the apple don't fall too damn far from the tree. It is what it is. So then they discuss her Van's disappointment with Martell and Melody's marriage ending. And she talks about how the kids are always saying this, dad did this, dad did that. And Martell goes on talking about that's because Mel is always telling them stuff. Well, nigga, if you didn't fucking do it, then nobody would have shit to tell, right? You know your kids are smart. All the shit about you is all over the internet. All you got to do is Google fucking Martell Holt, and there you go. Everything with you is associated with a fucking side chick and a baby. So why do you think your kids are not smart enough to know what's going on? Don't be stupid, okay? And stop trying to blame Mel for everything, because as we already have learned in previous part 1 and 2, where you want to say, and you want to put everything out there and blame it on Mel, she didn't put it out there. You did, and your little friends. So everybody knew about the side chick. Everybody was involved. So you just embarrassed. That's all it is. So stop trying to blame your ex-wife for all your issues and just fix yourself. Fix yourself. How about that? Work hard on doing that instead of blaming everybody else for your bullshit. Because that's what you tried to do just then. So then they brought up a situation where the oldest daughter, they asked, do the kids know about their little brother, Coleslaw's son? So Martell says, yeah, because Mel told him. First of all, he don't have no facts behind that. That's how I know you just be saying shit just to hear your elf ears talk. You just talking shit, Spock. So then he says to Mel says, no, let's be clear, I did not, because I drove by whatever little country restaurant they got in Huntsville, because I'm sure it's country as fuck. So she said they driving by, and long story short, Mariah sees him with the baby mama and the baby and yells out the window, get away from my daddy, or whatever the case may be. And he's like, well, that's because, well, you should have talked to her about that or something, basically trying to say that Mel should be protecting him in his foolishness. Why do I give a fuck about you and your lies? Let's be very clear. If you want to continue to lie to your children, that's on you. You want to keep dick diving in this hole and keep on doing this, that, and the third. We're not married anymore. Tell the truth. Tell them about their brother, which, as we can see in photos on Instagram, where he tried to do the same damn pose as Mel. I'm like, damn, you want to be Melody so bad. It's so sad, Martell. Like, really. You can't even do Melody better than Melody. You got to go and do the same photos with her and the children. You just look like an idiot. Y'all pray for Martell Holt, because he needs all the prayers going up and down, okay? So moving right along, Carlos asked if Martell was embarrassed by having another kid, and that's why he hasn't told the kids. And he's like, I am ashamed of what led up to him getting here, but I don't regret my son. First of all, you're not ashamed of anything that you've done. You're not, because you continue to argue with Melody over stupid shit, and you continue to do stupid stuff and disrespect the mother of your children. And I don't agree with Mel going back and forth with him. Like, I feel like she need to just let sitting ducks lie and just ignore him when he's trying to go back and forth with her. I really hope that she finds a way to do that in season 4 and let everybody else's bullshit play out. So anyway, moving right along, they discuss Van says Wanda says things to hear self-talk, and Wanda says you think that basically Mel shouldn't listen to her or whatever, which I'm like, why the fuck would you say that? That's her fucking mother. Of course she's going to listen to her mother and not your ghetto ass. Then she says that Mel should learn how to do the sex tapes that her mother did to keep that would have kept her man. First of all, Miss Wanda, what is all of your evidence from social media? None of this stuff that you say is ever true. Like, social media can't be your only resource for your news. It just really can't. You got to stop this. You too old for this shit. Knock it the fuck off, okay? So Van says she ain't do no tape, and basically, all in a nutshell, she must have had some rendezvous with Martell and Maurice's brother Mark. And listen, she a grown lady. If she want to have a romp session with a young man, she can go ahead and do that, okay? Mind y'all business. And I'm pretty sure Miss Van is very smart. She ain't about to have nobody recording her and giving her doing the R. Kelly. Okay, let's be very clear. So then they discuss Wanda and Kimmi, which this is a short story. Like, I don't even know why we keep on going back. Wanda is very disrespectful to Kimmi, and Kimmi basically is like, Tisha does not check her mother with the foolishness, and she's going to only take but for so much where it comes to Wanda. And like I said, Wanda just say shit to hear herself talk. And she said that Tisha does actually check her where it comes to Kimmi, because she recapped some situation where Tisha apparently said something. But But I don't believe that because Tisha sits up here and makes excuses for the shit that her mother does. So whatever. You put that in y'all pipe and smoke it somewhere else because nobody cares. So anyway, Kimmi says she doesn't have the capacity to give Tisha and Wanda what they expect. And Tisha says Kimmi doesn't acknowledge her feelings or own anything. What do you want her to own, Tisha? Nobody's going to own your bullshit. That's basically what it is. You're full of shit. Nobody's going to lie for you. Nobody's going to make it okay, you being a whiny little bratty child. Your own husband seems annoyed by you, really, to be honest. He can't even stomach listening to you sometimes. You want to talk over people and say nothing. You're saying a bunch of nothing that nobody cares about. So with you, I would just cut you off or beat your ass. I can't. Allegedly. That's what I would do. Allegedly. Like, I couldn't be your friend because I would end up slapping the shit out you. I'm so sorry. But anyway, they get to the end of it, how they feel about the breakdown. So basically, Tisha says Kimmi joins in on helping others drag her, which she absolutely does not. That's absolutely you with your ghetto cousins talking about how Kimmi basically aired you out because y'all was talking about Mel and you wanted to lie and you mad because Kimmi didn't lie for you. Okay, or that Kimmi basically offered it up in the first reunion that y'all was talking about Mel and how her stuff on social media, which I respect Kimmi because Kimmi telling the truth. She's like, I'm a grown ass woman. I'm not about to lie and hide what I'm saying. But then I thought it was really crazy. Maurice gonna say, you know, he full of shit to me. I'm so sorry. He's a handsome guy. I'm sure Kimmi sees beyond his bullshit because I saw her facial expression when he said this old bullshit. He gonna say, well, you know, and he has the voice. If it really came down to Kimmi choosing me or Tisha, she's gonna choose Tisha all day. Maurice, shut the fuck up. You know your wife is not about to choose her damn sister-in-law over you. The reason why this bitch know her is because of your fucking ass. Shut the fuck up. I just wanted to. He is so full of shit, and I don't even know who listens to this shit that he be saying. Because him and Marceau, one of that, I swear, they think they fucking Gandhi. But none of the shit that they say make no damn sense. It's stupid. And all of us looking at y'all like this every time y'all talk. Is it over yet? Because y'all really be thinking y'all saying stuff that's so profound. And everybody in the world see y'all for the bullshitters that you are. So anyway, the show wraps up. They all have a drink, and Carlos says, you know, listen, we have so much more to talk about, and we're going to talk about it in season 4. So he basically reveals that they have been they got the green light for another season, which I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the new season. I really hope that Destiny actually comes out and tells her story, because if not, I'm so sorry. If it's mid-season and they got to kind of cut her out, I'm all for it, because we don't need you just being a figment of our imagination on the show. And Tisha, and what's your name? Tiffany and Lewis, whatever. Y'all need to go on and be more transparent with your own shit instead of all up in everybody else's Kool-Aid and don't really know the fucking flavor. All right, y'all. This has been my review of Love and the Marriage Huntsville Season 3, Episode 3 of the reunion. All right. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share my video with other people that watch this show or enjoy it as well. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.